Hey guys, hope you're doing well. Today is a really special day because as of today we officially begin working on the Camaro. But before we get to that, I do have a question for you guys about the Fusion. So obviously you guys know this is my daily driver. I love this car, put a lot of time and effort into this car. And one thing that I've always wanted to upgrade were the wheels. Now the thing is, I am looking at another set of wheels, and the wheels that I would upgrade to would be 20s and a little bit wider as well. Now, my question for you guys is, do I keep the gloss black, metallic black look, or do I go with a machined silver look? I'm basically going back and forth between the practicalities of silver wheels, and on top of that, you won't be able to tell when they're dirty as easily because, you know, black, you have to clean it like all the time. Whereas the black wheels obviously keep that monochromatic look that I was going for with the car. But, you know, they're going to be a little dirty, a little easier, and you won't always be able to see them in photos because I'll admit, sometimes even filming, it's kind of hard to get all the lines of the car because it's both white and black, which makes it a little difficult in terms of getting the white balance just right. I keep going back and forth, and it's been on my mind for a little bit, so I want to ask you guys. So as you guys can tell by the title, we have a new set of taillights. These are the Technostalgia LED taillights for the 2010 to 2013 Camaro. So let me open it up, show you guys what's inside, and we'll get to the install. And this actually came early. This was supposed to take like another week, but because of that, I don't have time for it right now, but we will get to that next week. I promise you that. Now, I actually don't know everything that's going to be needed for this install, but me in the future that's editing this will. So here's a list right here. I at least know that you need scissors to open the box. But if you missed the last video, go ahead and check that out. Links over here, because we aren't just replacing stock taillights. These are taillights with the Oracle afterburners in them. And these are probably my first choice, all in all, because these actually do have a factor that's similar to the afterburners in the LED orientation. And then the rest are all LEDs, which is a really big upgrade from stock. We have instructions, actually. This actually comes with 6-month warranty in case anything happens. That's really nice. This has all the instructions that you need. So I'm just gonna pull this off. Here's the 4 taillights. Let me go ahead and pull one out so you can see what it looks like compared to stock. That's looking pretty awesome. So right off the bat, I can tell these are darker than stock. I really do like that. The other thing that does stand out that I didn't see too much information on is it actually has depth to it. It's not right against the surface like the stock taillights. So it looks really, really cool. And you can kind of see that's the LED strip that does the afterburner effect. Just looks really, really high quality. Really happy with these. Let me put these next to the stock one so you guys can see a little bit of the differences. Yeah, you can see that transition in the depth. Like this one is basically just almost fully flat against the surface, and this one has that nice indentation in it. And it basically just makes it to where it's directional to the rear end of the car, just flat like that, as opposed to kind of curving with the stock body lines. And I really do like that. I think that's pretty cool. So these are the V3, I believe. V1 came out when the car did, so you know, pretty old, it's 2010. V2 came out a little after that, and V3 came out, I think, either this year or last year, because they did talk about you needed to get resistors and do specific things, and there was these things that they basically needed to clean up, but this set comes with resistors. From what I had read online, everything had been cleaned up and addressed, so it should be a pretty straightforward install, but it doesn't look like you need to splice into anything. It looks like everything should plug into itself pretty easily. That's always a big plus because I'm not super savvy with wiring. All right, so the instructions are pretty thorough. So Technostalgia, thank you, I appreciate that. And to try to casually sum it up, what you're gonna try to do first is remove these pieces down here, get access to the bottom, and then same thing with right here, and then these pieces right here, basically expose the wires and the taillights themselves. Alright guys, so all the prep type stuff is basically out of the way. As you can see, we got everything organized. Well, it's a mess, but it's organized in that we have the wires right here where they need to be. So this connects for power, and this connects for the resistor. And then there is rapid fire mode. This is probably when you would mess with it. As you can see on this, there's this little switch inside the light housing. And then the other thing that I'm very happy about is, as you can see, this piece right here is blue. Then you have green over here, yellow, and red. That's so that you know which one goes where. So now we're actually putting the taillights in their proper orientation. Then we'll plug them in, resistors, and then put everything back together. So one thing I wanted to help you guys out with, because it was confusing for me when I was looking for a piece for like 20 minutes, is that whenever you move the light bulb from the socket, there's actually a piece inside the tail light that goes in there. I thought it was an external piece, but it's actually this one inside, so super easy. And we are done. So the tail lights have new features for basically everything it is that they do, and I did leave on rapid fire because it looks really cool, and it comes with the tail lights as a feature, so why not use them? So now when you unlock the car, this is the animation you get. And you're also still getting that afterburner effect with that half halo look, because you do have the half halos basically surrounding all the interior LEDs. And when you get a little bit of profile, you can see the depth that it's actually created because the interior LEDs are actually further back. And it just looks really, really cool, really custom for sure. And even whenever they turn off, they basically have this nice fade when they turn off. Let me see if I can time it right. But nonetheless, there we go. So it has that really cool looking fade. But now let me go ahead and start it up so you can see the actual turn signals, as well as just get a nice little cold start. Honestly, just could not be happy with the install. It was actually a super easy install. I thought it was gonna be a little bit more in depth than it actually was. I'd say the hardest part, honestly, was just removing these little chrome pieces right here, just because those are, you know, a little brittle and really hard to just get out of there. But other than that, install is really easy. All the instructions are super, super in depth, so there's really nothing that you're left wondering about, and you even get warranty. Well, it looks like that's it. Our first mod, well, at least on YouTube, for the Camaro is complete and came out awesome. Really happy with it. And I already have the next 2 or 3 lined up, so still a lot to do for this car. Nonetheless, I'm really excited. That's gonna do it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you have a great weekend, and I'll see you in the next one.